those mornings you look outside and everything is different? Nothing is like it was? Do you believe in fate? I do. At least I think I do. It's hard to believe that it's been a year since I last saw you. We miss so much trying so hard to hold on to the things that we once had. But you know, not even the stars stay in sight forever.
Good evening, everybody, and tonight we have an excellent matchup for y'all. We have the losers finals of our, I believe, Masters tier for the season right here.
Yep. Losers finals for the Masters console tier. We're looking at the Last Gamblers going up against Soul Spirits. Now, one thing to note is that the Last Gamblers only lost their match due to a forfeit, so technically they have not lost yet this season. As you'll see here in the bracket, that's why that's a 3-0 to La Espada. That was a forfeit. Various reasons why that can happen, but just a good thing to note. So Last Gamblers are the #1 seed. So this is gonna be a good matchup. All right, Here we go. Godflict, Nexus on DPS with Roman, Yaki on support with Pure. I've heard very good things about Godflict and Nexus in particular, so I'm expecting the two of them to really pop off in this series.
Yeah, and then from the side of Soul Spirits, we have got Hiroto on the tanks, Squiggly Bubble and Wux on the DPS, and Kaz and Mochi on the support. I was actually casting the winners finals between La Espada and Soul Spirits. And if I remember correctly, Hiroto was not the starter the last time they played. I can't actually remember who it was, but they were playing more of a Wrecking Ball comp when he was playing. But when Hiroto came in, they decided that it was the best for them to be on like a Ramatra Rush.
Well,
and that was when they looked the best, to be honest.
Now that you mention a Ramatra Rush, that leads right into our map 1, which is Antarctic Peninsula, which I think fits really well for a Ramatra, or if they decide to go with a Reinhardt sort of rush comp, I think it fits really well for either one of those comps.
Yeah, for sure. I can't tell y'all much about the Last Gamble, other than that they're just really, really good. But Soul Spirits had their moments in their last match where they looked really, really strong. The last map was a little bit bad for them, but I think that if they play like they did in the other 3 maps, I think that they could really give the Last Gamble a run for their money.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely. I'm hoping for a really good match here tonight. Losers finals. Whoever wins this goes on to the grand finals, and they're gonna play La Espada.
Yeah, we're getting ready to head into our map here, and like we said, it's gonna be Antarctic Peninsula. And I imagine that we're gonna see, you know, Soul Spirits come out on the rush, and possibly the last gamble playing a similar comp. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I guess we'll see in a few seconds here.
Godflick strikes me as a Reinhardt player, so I'm going to expect the Rein comp from the Gamblers, and I'm going to expect the Ramatra out of Soul Spirits, just based on what you're saying about Hiroto. Are we going to have dueling Ramatras? That works too.
Yeah, I mean, Puri and Yaki coming out on the Lucio and Kiriko, and Kaz hovering the Ana right now. I'm interested to see if they're going to rock out on the Ana and what Mochi decides to pick.
I have a hard time believing Mochi doesn't pick Lucio. I don't dislike Ana Lucio, but with the Kiriko, it's going to be really difficult due to that Suzu coming out. And, are we seeing Sim Mei? Oh, well, you know. Okay, so
okay, yeah, and you're right.
We could potentially be seeing the Sim Mei.
Okay, we're getting ready to go back in the game here, but you were right. Mochi does come out on the Lucio there, and we're right back into the the gameplay here.
A quick pause, the best kind of pauses.
We did see Roman TP out of spawn for the last gamble, so they just absolutely Roman actually picking off Squiggly Bubble really fast. That speed for the last gamble with the Lucio and the Symmetra. They were able to get to the point so much faster than Soul Spirits.
Yeah, cheeky teleporters as well can be a big game changer in this.
And we will see the first flip go over to the last gamble. Soul Spirits contesting the point. Squiggly Bubble just trying to poke out a little bit from this high ground area. Not going to be able to find Pure just yet. You see the Nemesis forms come out of both Ramatras. Godflick's gonna get slept, but nobody has gone down just yet. Just a sustained fight for the last 20-30 seconds.
Really strong poke engage here. I'm gonna be looking for Kaz to try and build this nano boost to turn it.
Hiroto's getting really low, and Hiroto will be the first to fall. And I imagine that this is just gonna have to be a really quick disengage from Soul Spirits.
Yeah, definitely. Kaz gets about 5% off of that nano boost. Vilas just, oh, nice pick by Squiggly.
Yeah, I mean, they will have this nano boost coming in. Yaki is going to have the Kitsune Rush, though, too.
Yeah, a lot of ultimates coming on the board here. Last Gambles, for all intents and purposes, has 4 ultimates walking in here. The dueling Blizzards, I think, are going to be the big things.
You see the Deadeye come out from Squiggly Bubble. A great wall to just barely cut off the LOS onto the last gamble. You see the wall come out from Roman and the Kitsune Rush coming out from Yaki. Godflick's going to get slept, but he's barely going to be able to live. Hiroto getting pretty low, going to have to back out here, and you see the Blizzard come out from Wux. And Hiroto's still getting just so much damage taken. Wux is going to fall early, but Squiggly Bubble will trade it for Roman. The Blizzard will find Hiroto, and that was with the Nano Boost on him, too.
Yeah, that's really tragic for Soul Spirits that they used that Nano Boost right there. The Nano Boost Annihilation could have possibly been... Oh, never mind. There wasn't another fight. Didn't even notice that timer going on. So that's point 1. That was pretty much one ult cycle for point 1. That was a really prolonged fight right there at the end of it, to the point that I thought it was only at about 70%.
Yeah, I mean, Soul Spirits was able to find a stray pick every now and then, but the last gamble was just able to consistently kill everybody else, which, you know, that doesn't help when you're trying to win a game from the side of Soul Spirits.
Oh yeah, definitely. Godflicked about to come out on this Junker Queen. I'm a big fan of the Junker Queen, so I'm definitely looking forward to seeing this.
And Hiroto's still on the Ramatra, this time with a Reaper. I think Reaper's really strong on these other 2 maps. It's a bit hard to close distance on that first map, but on this one and the boat, there's so many flanks that you can take, and I just feel like Reaper just gets so much more value on these 2 maps. You're gonna see Nexus just poking away at Kaz in the back. He's gonna have to No, he will just go right back in. And he will find Kaz early on in the fight. Hiroto's gonna get taken out really fast there, got really low really quick. Wuck's really low, and that will be a team wipe for the last gamble here.
I want to point out that the last gamble is in matching Hangzhou Spark skins right now. You really got to appreciate things like that. Really shows the team unity, you know?
Yeah, we're going to see Soul Spirits switch it up a little bit. I believe Squiggly Bubble was on the Symmetra, and Hiroto switching onto the Junker Queen to try and match Godflict. But,
okay,
I mean, the ult economy is just so hard in the favor of the last gamble right now. I just don't know. Let's see the Pulse Bomb come out. Not going to find anything but the wall there. What's find Pure and Nexus. I guess I'll just eat my words and be quiet now. I don't know. Wux is going to get picked out by Roman. And Godflick's getting really low, but his Kiriko was able to keep him alive for a lot longer than anyone should think should happen.
And we're going to get the split for Soul Spirits at 50%, so that's not too bad, honestly. And look, Soul Spirits is about to have all of their ultimates. Ooh, last gamble's going to have 3, though, with the Kitsune, the Blossom, and the Rampage. I think this is really going to... Oh, this is going to be tough. Soul Spirits needs to try and get their ults early.
Yeah, we're going to see the Kitsune rush out from Yaki, and the Pulse Bomb is going to stick onto him, but he's going to be able to find the cleanse there. Death Blossom is not going to come out. They will just go ahead and clean up. Godflict with 2 with the axe there. I mean, only 1 ult invested from the side of the last gamble to win that fight.
I can't believe that actually gave a boop kill. Oh, I thought Mochi jumped off the map there. That was a nice boop then. Soul Spirits are gonna have their ults walking into this though. They gotta watch this Death Blossom though from Gamblers.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna see the Rampage come out from Hiroto. Will find Boo, I believe. Gets cleansed. It will find Pure with the residual damage, and it will be another flip for Soul Spirits. They're not done yet.
That'll work. You saved both of your support ults as well, which is always really good, but Godflict never used Rampage. Mochi's got to be really smart with this sound barrier to counter that Rampage coming in.
Yeah, I mean, you see Nexus just sneaking around, wants this Pulse Bomb real bad. Let's see who he decides to stick it on. Probably... Oh, no, he's not going to do anything right. Oh! You see the beat come out from Pure to engage. The Kitsune Rush and the beat out from Soul Spirits. Rampage coming out from Godflict is only going to find Hiroto. Wux finds 2! Pulse Bomb from Squiggly Bubble will not find anything, but Squiggly Bubble will find Godflict and Nexus, and they're still alive. They're not going down without a fight here.
Yeah, definitely not. The thing you gotta watch out for here, though, is Nexus's Pulse Bomb. If Nexus lands this Pulse Bomb, that'll turn the point over very quickly. But Soul Spirit's getting kind of close to that Rampage. If Hiroto gets a couple of nice axes in, that'll be Rampage ready to go.
You see the poke coming out a little bit from Nexus because Tracer's the best at that. Oh! That Pulse Bomb, I feel like, should have... Wux, find Nexus! Kaz was just able to climb the wall to get away from the Pulse Bomb, and we're at 99%. Roman's gonna find Kaz, but he's gonna be traded out for Yaki. Wux is gonna find Roman, and Death Blossom's gonna come out. And it will be Soul Spirits taking the round here. They decided to play the last gamble's game, and they beat them at it.
Great job there stopping Yaki from getting Kitsune Rush. If Yaki died 92 or 93% to Kitsune Rush. So that's huge. That's huge. That would have completely turned the fight if Yaki's able to pop that Kitsune Rush on point. It looks like now Gamblers... It looks like now Gamblers might be coming out on this Brig Lucio comp, which is the more, I guess, like what traditional Junker Queen comp. And Soul Spirits looking like they're going to stick with the Kiriko.
Yeah, and Hiroto was hovering over Reinhardt and Ramatra. Will be coming out on the Ramatra, the same composition minus the Tracer that they had on the first map. I don't know if it looked that great for them on the first map, but I trust their judgment.
The difference here is Yaki is on Brig this time and not Kiriko. I think that's a big difference.
Yeah, we're gonna see a beautiful punch onto Nexus there. A beautiful nade from Kaz to put a few people in the dirt with the help of his team there, and that will be Soul Spirits taking the first point.
And that's exactly what I was saying before. Yaki being on the Brig instead of the Kiriko lets the anti-nade come in and be big. Is Yaki going to swap? That's what I expected.
Yeah.
See the Kiriko come back out.
I mean,
now this turns into a much more interesting game where Kaz is going to have a lot harder time getting value.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing what Wux can do on the Reaper here, because, like I said, that first map doesn't lend itself to flanking very well, but this one does. Hiroto's getting really low, just getting poked out a little bit. Gonna have to back up. Squiggly Bubble on a little bit of a flank, putting some pressure onto the supports, just trying to build this pulse bomb up, already at 80%.
Yeah, we're getting close. We're getting close. I think Kaz needs to try and get this nano boost.
Oh, Hiroto was walled off, but able to just put his hands up, block. Wux is gonna find Nexus. That's such a big pick. He's gonna drop the Death Blossom. Just put out a lot of damage, not any kills, but that was enough to win them the fight. Yaki will take Squiggly Bubble with him.
On the plus side, that's a Tracer, and your Tracer's going to get back really quick, but look at the ult advantage for Soul Spirits. All they have to do, right? I think Last Gamblers are going to try and walk in and blast this Kitsune Rush. They're going to need to kite that, and then try and engage with their ultimates.
Yeah, we're just...
I definitely want to see the Nano Annihilation.
See the Kitsune Rush out. Godflick having to play a little bit safe early on, but will decide to walk in. The Nano Boost will come out onto Hiroto. I would not be surprised if we saw the... Oh, he will get frozen. I imagine... No, he will go down there. But you know what? That is fine for Soul... If I'm Soul Spirits, I'm fine with that. They get to, what, 90% there in one go? You know?
Yeah, and Hiroto never popped ult, so Annihilation's still available here, but the big duel this time is going to be Hiroto's Annihilation, Roman's Death Blossom. Soul Spirits have to be ready for Roman's Death Blossom. Can Kaz sleep it? That's the big thing I see available here.
I just see a little bit of a poking duel between the Ramatras. Roman has finally built up that Death Blossom. You see, he wants it. He's just going in, just checking everything out. Gonna walk around the corner here. Now he sees Wux. Just the Annihilation coming out from Hiroto. He just goes down so fast. Roman will find Hiroto with the Death Blossom, but Squiggly Bubble finds two. Pulse Bomb gets great form. Roman takes out Wux. Squiggly Bubble cannot clean it up. Godflick about half HP right now, but it will not matter.
That was pretty nerve-wracking. Yaki's going to get really close to Kitsune Rush off of this healing, and that's going to be a problem. Kaz needs to get this Nano boost quickly. I think the Nano Death Blossom is going to be key for Soul Spirits. They need to try and feed for that Nano charge.
Yeah, 91% for Wux. Just sitting here, gonna force out the ice block from the Mei. That's a really big cooldown out. He now has the Death Blossom. He will find Yaki with it, and that's without Pulse Bomb. Or not Pulse Bomb, that's Kitsune Rush. Kitsune Rush builds up here, but is it gonna be too late?
That is so huge that Wux was able to get that, and look at that stagger.
Squiggly Bubble takes out Pure, he can't touch! 99% and Soul Spirits is gonna take
that's
Antarctic
tragic.
Peninsula.
That's tragic. That's like a C9 but with ultimates.
The last gamble on their heels. Oh my goodness.
Whew. After that 100-0 first round, a nice recovery by Soul Spirits to turn it around like they did. Last Gamblers had 5 ultimates, though. Didn't get to use not one of them in that last engagement.
Wux absolutely put his foot on the gas pedal those last 2 rounds.
Yeah,
oh my goodness.
That was a nice recognition that Yaki TP'd in, therefore they weren't going to survive that Death Blossom.
Yeah,
that was it. That was everything.
He did everything right. I mean, and then the pivotal switch off of the Ramatra on the second map, where they switched over to the Junker Queen that the last gamble was already running, and then they ran it better.
Yep. I kind of expected the gamblers to stick on the Queen, just maybe swap to the Kiriko. That's kind of what I expected. I didn't expect them to swap and mirror the Ramatra, but maybe Godflick was just feeling the Ramatra, seeing what he could do.
Yeah.
Overall, though, not a bad map. Not a bad map for either team. Very close. Gamblers, like we said, they died with every single ultimate, so very easily could have been right there.
That Death Blossom right at the end, where I can't remember if the Kiriko TP'd behind the wall, but her own Mei put up a wall so that she could not get away from the Death Blossom.
Yeah. I think she tried to TP to somebody that died, threw Suzu on the ground, and then I was like, oh, that's it. You're stuck in the Death Blossom now because of the Mei wall.
Yeah.
You could try to climb it, but it's still going to hit you because of that 360 thing that the Death Blossom does.
Yeah, that 92%, I believe, is what Yaki had at the end of that round. Just unfortunate timing for the last gamble, or if you're Soul Spirits, perfect timing, you know?
Absolutely. Great first map. I'm going to take a wild shot in the dark guess that our second map is going to be King's Row. Alright, so I've been told that I am in fact wrong, and we're going to Hollywood. Interesting choice. Maybe the last gamblers know that Soul Spirits are more of a rush-heavy team, therefore they're going to go to Hollywood, which I think favors dive comps, generally speaking, more.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Just there's so much high ground on Hollywood that unless you're able to flank around and be able to take that high ground from the dive, it's hard to win if you're on rush, you know?
Yeah, most definitely. I'm gonna be expecting Godflick to come out on like the Diva. I'm expect like a Diva Tracer, maybe like a Sombra. I always never quite know what that second DPS will be, so I'm gonna guess Sombra.
There's a lot of ways that you could run dive.
Absolutely. It all depends on what sort of what level of coordination the last gamblers are at. A fun first map though, for sure. I'm excited to see Hollywood as well.
I mean, we know the last gamblers are a great team, you know. I'm looking for them to bounce back here. They want this grand finals appearance themselves. They're mad that they had to forfeit that match earlier in the playoffs to La Espada, and you know, they weren't. I don't think they were ready for the spunk that Soul Spirits came out with on Antarctic.
Yeah, they really came out, gave them a nice little gut punch. You know, you love to see it. You love to see it, right? I hope Last Gamblers can respond nicely here. I'd like to see a tied 1-1 series going to map 3, but you know, we'll see which way it goes. You know, I'm always down for a full 5 mapper. That's always my preferred way it goes.
I believe we're just waiting a little bit for the teams to ready up. We are about to head into Hollywood here. You know, I'm looking forward to this map. I want to see how the last gamble responds.
Like I said, I kind of expect Soul Spirits to go with the Ramatra again. They seem to really favor that comp, and if you catch a diver inside Ramatra slow field, it's really difficult for them to get out. That's kind of the counter to Winston. A lot of times, you saw Dante doing it a lot if you watched any of the Pro-Am whenever he was playing Ramatra.
In that grand finals, I thought, or I guess it was against the Outlaws when he was playing against Fearless. He was able to pretty well counter out the Winston dives. And you were right, Godflick will be hovering this Diva dive right now with the Sojourn. But okay, we will be starting this map out with another pause.
It's alright. It's alright. We're here. We're here for it. Yeah. So it was really interesting to see the Ana Zen. It makes sense though. You know what I mean? The anti-nade combined with the Discord orb, very very strong. Especially if Soul Spirits are gonna stick with, especially if Soul Spirits are gonna stick with that Sigma comp. It's gonna be a pretty stationary comp. It's gonna be hard to actually get to those backliners.
Yeah, I mean that's been a composition that a lot of Owl teams have decided is probably the best for them. The double flex support is a lot stronger than it used to be.
Yeah. Zen actually currently has the highest win rate of any support in Overwatch right now. Followed in second place by Brig. Who would have expected that one?
Both of those make sense. Discord is such a strong ability in Overwatch 2. They don't have that second tank anymore to try to soak up a little bit more of the damage. It's just the one. If your Zen is looking at the tank should have the Discord on them.
So Soul Spirits are going to be bunkering down on this first point with a Sigma poke comp, and Last Gamblers are going to be going with this Diva dive with a Tracer Sojourn. So it's going to be a lot of this is going to be on Godflick's engaged spots, I think.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about the Ana Zen. Soul Spirits also coming out on their own double flag support. See Nexus just flanking around this backside here. Playing, just a classic double shield spot from Overwatch 1 is Soul Spirits. The Kaz is going to get hit by an anti-nade. And he will be protected by Wux. Hiroto's going to find Roman, and Squiggly Bubble's Disruptor shot will drop Yaki. And that will be a nice little defensive hold and a little bit of tactical crouching from Hiroto to assert the dominance.
Nexus still alive in this backline
though. Here. And the Last Gamble is going to switch over to an almost mirror comp minus Nexus's Tracer.
All right, fair enough.
They want to poke.
They're taking the challenge.
It's big that Mochi didn't use Immort there. Pure's going to actually find Mochi though. What an probably a volley there if I'm being honest. Just unfortunate. Nexus is getting really low. Gonna have to play pretty safe here. Will get the orb from his Zen. Right back in to the staircase. Oh, Squiggly Bubble with a beautiful shot to take out Nexus. They will get a take, but Roman's gonna take him out too.
Sojourns are gonna sojourn.
Just see Roman just taking control of his high ground. Immort coming out for Mochi. Wux is gonna put Pure in the dirt. But Wux will get felled by Yakie. Oh my goodness, it's just trades left and right. The Last Gamble will pick up another tick, but Kaz is gonna find Nexus again.
Kaz and Mochi both have ultimates, so this should be contestable.
Yeah, I mean, you see Squiggly Bubble taking the off angle here. Hiroto gonna take out that Immort, and Godflick is really low. Squiggly Bubble is going to finish him with the Disruptor shot, and Nexus is going to find Squiggly Bubble with a Pulse Bomb. Nexus has to be really careful with that Discord. One headshot will put him in the dirt. Roman's going to find Wux. This is hard to keep up with. Mochi getting really low. Not going to die. You're going to see the Immort come out from Kaz. And then we'll see the Flux, and I imagine that Pure is dead here. Nexus finds Squiggly Bubble, and Kaz probably dies here. Godflick will find Hiroto with the punch, and that, in theory, should be... Okay, that's a fight. That's a fight and a point win for the Last Gamble.
I think that fight went on for like 2 straight minutes. That was kind of insane. Like people just kept trickling in one by one, but like they kept trading picks as well. It was insane. Roman huge there, holding that high ground for all that time and getting those railgun shots off.
We are going to see Nexus switch off of the Tracer and onto the Ashe. It gives him a little more, the same kind of potential that Cassidy has, but from a longer range, I guess.
Yeah, most definitely. Dynamites can be huge too into a comp is going to be clumped up like this.
Yeah, I mean... Soul Spirit's just holding this high ground with fervor, not really doing much to try and contest the cart. Someone is on fire. It's gonna be, I guess, Squiggly Bubble. Godflick's really low here. A headshot could put him in the dirt. Will not find it, but they will back off a bit here. Roman's gonna take the 1v1 on the high ground. Squiggly Bubble does have overclock, which I think is worth noting. Ooh, Hiroto's dangerously low, getting healed up by Mochi. Immort does come out, I believe, so Nexus is gonna find Lux, and this fight might have just gotten blown wide open. Godflick's gonna drop Mochi with the Orb and Kaz, and Squiggly Bubble will have to get out, barely surviving the dynamite.
Yes, Soul Spirits have been holding these ults for quite a while.
Yeah. I think Mochi has had that window since the end of the first fight. But
yeah, at a certain point, you just gotta let them rip. You know, at a certain point, you just gotta let your ults rip, see what happens. I understand Deadeye's not a super like huge ult or anything, but you could maybe force some position out or something if you're Wux. But here we are. We're gonna go third point. Nexus is gonna have Bob. Godflick still has this Gravitic Flux, as well as Yaki having the window.
I believe Yaki has also had that window for as long as Mochi has. I can't remember them using it ever. But we are just seeing point control here strictly from the last gamble, sorry. Nexus on the flank from this back high ground here. We're gonna see the Flux come out from Godflick. Beautiful shots onto Kaz from Nexus. The dynamite will get eaten by Godflick, and Nexus gets taken very low by Mochi and finished off by Squiggly Bubble. Will invest the overclock, is gonna drop Roman with a beautiful headshot. See the Sigma 1v1 between Hiroto and Godflick. And I believe Godflick will have to back up here, yeah.
Plus side though, Hiroto is walking out with their Gravitic Flux ready. That being said, Soul Spirits has 4 ultimates. How are they going to combo this? Here comes Bob.
Nexus will drop Bob, won't pressure the point, but will probably pressure out. Oh! Just a beautiful shot, finally investing the window from both sides. Kaz drops Yaki. Pure invests the Transcendence. Godflick 50% to his ultimate, but Hiroto will use his. Will take out Pure. And he is gonna drop Nexus with his orbs. A little more tactical crouching on the cart from Hiroto, and Godflick will fall, and there's only 90 seconds left on the clock here for the last gamble.
Oh my goodness, it took everything out of Soul Spirits to do that, but you did force out some more time, and a good chance of holding this here. It's all gonna be about Roman. Roman and Godflick are the 2 big players on this last fight.
It is worth noting, Soul Spirits did switch up their comp a little bit. Wux onto the 76 and Mochi switching over to the Mercy. Or not Mercy, that's Ana. I'm losing my mind. I have no clue why I said Mercy. Mercy, Mochi, you know, their names are kind of similar.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we're just going to see the last gamble taking this high ground here, pushing Wux and Kaz out of the little horse there. See the overclock out for a moment. I believe he hit Wux early on there with a body shot. Squiggly Bubble will fall, and he's just, yeah, Wux is able to just barely go around and grab that mini, but Roman will find Hiroto. Lux is gonna come out from Godflick and kill Wux, and it's just Squiggly Bubble left to contest the point, and with 12 seconds on the clock, that will be the last gamble, finishing Hollywood.
Yeah, you really got to like it for the last gamble that they were able to finish with some time. That's the really important part here, because if Soul Spirits is able to finish, they'll still have an opportunity to at least get an attack of their own, even if Soul Spirits finishes with, like, say, 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, both sides played that very well. I thought the first point was really strong for Soul Spirits. They were able to hold off on their defense, just keep staggering in, keep killing people, keep letting them not capture the point. The second point was a little more questionable. And then, you know, a 3-minute hold on the last point is nothing to be ashamed of, you know?
Yeah, most definitely, most definitely. They might have over-ulted a tad in that next to last fight, which left them with nothing to go into the next one. But, sometimes you just have to, like I said, sometimes you just gotta let those ults rip and, like, try and win the fight right there.
And yeah, we're gonna see Roman coming out here on something a little different. We've got the Sombra, probably just back here to do a little scouting. Um, I don't think the Sombra plays particularly perfectly into this poke comp that the last Gamble is running with, but I am looking forward to see what Roman is gonna be able to do.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
definitely
mean,
think I definitely think they're gonna be going after Kaz, if anything.
oh, Roman accidentally broke his translocator and is not able to get that earlier on.
There
Then
it is.
Kaz gets hacked. Not able to do anything there. He just gets pushed out so fast.
Yeah, nice response from Soul Spirits. I think he might have been just trying to force cooldowns out.
And it's good because the Soul Spirits didn't force anything out. Mochi able to get the jump off and just barely escape Roman's wrath there. Pure's gonna fall to Wux with a beautiful arrow, I assume. I didn't see it, but I'm sure it definitely wasn't just pure luck. Hiroto is in an ugly spot right now, really low. Mochi was able to put down the Immort for him, but Wux is gonna find another well-placed headshot onto Nexus. And, I mean, in theory, this should be a fight win for Soul Spirits.
The Cass Observer glitch always trips me out, the way it looks like his gun is doing every time he shoots. It just trips me out so hard. Really nice shots coming out from Squiggly Bubble, though, in that mid-fight to really secure the point. And look, no ultimates for either side. We're looking at another dry fight. Squiggly Bubble's probably going to be the first one to grab ult, followed by Mochi. We could be seeing a possible Deadeye window combination, maybe, possibly.
Yeah, I'm just, oh my god, Wux with another headshot. I mean, this Hanzo's just finding infinite value. One thing that's not finding infinite value is Roman Sombra. Just not being able to do anything except maybe be a little bit of a distraction.
Yeah,
Yaki gets taken down. Just blown up.
Big time kills from the DPS of Soul Spirits right now. Each one of them are just staggering somebody out over and over again. Like it's really good plays.
Yeah, I think Roman heard me. He's gonna switch over to the Hanzo himself here, and Nexus will be switching over to the Tracer. See the window come out from Mochi, and a Deadeye gonna take down Godflick.
Big time.
Nexus is gonna be able to drop Kaz like Roman never could, and window coming out. I don't believe Nexus has their recall. They're just contesting the point low as heck, and Hiroto with 3 in the face of a bath window. And they have
crazy.
5 minutes to capture this 3rd point here.
Okay, so I want to point out that kill onto Godflick was so huge. You stopped the Gravitic Flux from being able to stall that point out at all. But that being said, Godflick does have Gravitic Flux. Soul Spirits need to keep their foot on this gas, though. They need to not give the last Gamblers a second to regroup if they can help it.
Yeah, they really need to put their foot on the gas pedal. I 100% agree with you. They do have Pulse Bomb coming up here soon. Nexus was able to build most of that up on his contest there. Pure does have the Transcendence, which I imagine is going to come out when Hiroto fluxes. Nexus gets forced out, not quite able to take down Kaz. Wux is going to die here. The Transcendence will not be able to save him. But Godflick, no grasp, very little shield right now. It will go down. I believe Nexus does use Pulse Bomb here. A big rock out from Godflick. We're going to see the Immort come out from Yaki. And Deadeye will take Godflick very low. Wux is going to be able to clean it up. He's out on the Soldier 76 now. Roman's going to find 2. One with the dragon and one with an arrow. Soul Spirits is going to have to back out here.
That is a big time clutch for Roman. That was everything. Soul Spirits had that one. Now we're looking at another pretty dry fight. Dueling windows. That's about it though. And Wux probably gonna try and rotate, take this high ground, and try and just get some poke damage into the backliners of Gamblers.
Yeah, I imagine you're pretty right about that. But we're gonna see. It actually looks like just everyone taking this fight behind the Sigma shields right now down main. To see Wux and Squiggly Bubble walking over to the right side, and it will be Squiggly Bubble that's taking the high ground actually instead of Wux. With Mochi, he's got the window now. Immort's up. Are they going to be able to find anything with it is the question. You're going to see... Ooh! Pure gets taken down really low by the Helix and finished by Squiggly Bubble. Oh, Hiroto gets taken down really low too, but Wux is going to find Godflick before Hiroto can fall. The Cassie's going to fall to the Helix rocket, and it's just the Lucio and the Hanzo. And I guess the Kiriko TP's through the wall, touch the point, and that will be... I need to stop saying that until it's actually over, but...
Wait a minute.
Tracer comes out. Is that going to be enough? No. Okay, they will finally capture the point with, I think, 2 minutes. Just about 2 minutes in the clock.
I want to point out the play that was just done right there. Mochi popping over with Squiggly Bubble to pop that window was a really nice play, but I think that was the distraction while the other 3 players flanked on the left, and we saw Wux start picking everyone off because everyone's going to look at a BAP window, and you're not going to notice a soldier flanking you until you're already dead to them. So it was just a really nice pincer play from the two sides.
Yeah, I mean, overall, just a beautiful attack by Soul Spirits.
Absolutely.
And you can see Hiroto, colon capital D, baby. Let's go.
Absolutely.
But, you know,
minute to 3:09. That's it. Hey, I've seen crazier things than a full cap on Hollywood with a minute on the clock. I've seen crazier.
Yeah, that's a massive time difference on this map. For one, it's not easy full capping Hollywood to begin with. So, I mean, having 3 minutes in the clock going into extra rounds is colossal.
Soul Spirits did cap.
I mean, I think you and I are about to say the same thing. That 12 seconds that the last gamble had at the end of that round is really keeping them in the game right now.
Oh, absolutely. I was saying it was massive when it happened because I didn't expect Soul Spirits to like run through so quickly like they did, but the fact that they did and they still get a minute is really nice. We're gonna need to see a good pick. Nexus is going on to the Hanzo now with Roman swapping to the Cass.
We're gonna see a similar strategy out here from Soul Spirits, holding this cafe high ground instead of the main high ground that everyone's used to holding. Let's see a little bit of a poking duel between the Sigmas and the Hanzos from the height there. Only 30 seconds left on the clock now. Nothing. Wux with another beautiful first pick headshot onto Yakie. And what can you say about Wux right now?
He just keeps getting these opening picks. It's crazy.
Pure is by himself right now, over in that choke right now. Beautiful Storm Arrows takes Nexus really low. Roman gets body shot by Wux. Is able to get healed up. I believe that's by Pure, but Pure goes down to another headshot by Wux. Oh my goodness. Immortality Field comes out from both teams. Rock will take out the grasp from Hiroto. But Squiggly Bubble and Kaz will take out Roman and Nexus, and Wux is gonna find another beautiful pick. Squiggly Bubble finishes it with a pick onto Godflick, and Pure cannot touch in time.
And again, Soul Spirits keeps doing this same strat. Two people are just staying grouped up together. In this case, it was Mochi and Hiroto were in the cafe, and the other 3 flanked around to the high ground that was across the way and hit a pincer maneuver on the rest of the last gamblers. That's 2 times now I've seen them do that, and it's like really confirming a lot of kills for them.
Yeah, I mean, call it RNG, call it what you want, but Wux is the impact player in this game. And Godflict coming out on the Winston. This is something different than we've seen all map from either team. Okay, he baited me. I believe he will be going back to the queen. Okay.
Looking like a little spawn campy type of thing. Are they gonna walk into that staircase right next to the choke, kind of sit in there and wait for them to walk by and speed on them? That'd be my guess.
Or just at the choke.
But either way, they don't have to be cheeky. They can just be upfront with it. Either one works.
I mean, yeah, they don't have a whole lot of leeway to give here. I mean, Soul Spirits has a lot of leeway. They've got 3 minutes on the clock here. That's a colossal time bank. But I just want to see if Soul Spirits is going to be ready for this. That sonar arrow is going to be really big. And now, Nexus is going to have to get out. He was under pressure by that Discord orb. Nexus will be back in. Yeah, he doesn't have recall right now. So he has to be very careful around that Cassidy. Oh, God flicked really low. Not able to find anything with his axe. Wux takes out Nexus after he was able to take out Kaz. The Kiriko gets really... I thought she was really low, but able to stay alive. Wux finds Pure.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Squiggly Bubble with the head. Beautiful shots onto Godflict. It's just the DPS and Mochi from the side of Soul Spirits. Wux finds Roman. Godflict coming back on the Squiggly Bubble with Yaki. Oh my goodness. This DPS duo is doing everything right now. Everything that you could ask of a DPS duo, they are doing. And Soul Spirits is going up 2-0 against the 1 seeds.
Oh man, that was a clinical performance from the DPS of Soul Spirits in particular. Shout out to the supports, Hiroto. Honestly, everybody's playing fantastically. We're just noticing the early picks from Wux.
Yeah, you can only see what's in the kill feed most of the time. But oh,
like I said, the rotations are the other thing that I'm noticing a lot. Like when I see those pincers happening in real time, I'm like, oh yeah, that's definitely coordinated. They're saying something along the lines of, hey, I'm gonna walk this way with this person. I want y'all to go this way and pressure them from this side at the exact moment that I walk out with this ultimate.
Yeah, I mean, they're playing like they deserved to be here, you know? They want that grand finals and they want it. And these guys are competitors. And you can see it when they're playing at their peaks. I said it when this match was about to start, that if they played the way that I thought that they could play, they could give the gamble run for their money. And they're giving them the hardest run for their money that they've seen all season. They're down 2-0 now. It's all about how they're going to be able to respond here.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious what sort of escort map Gamble will try to take them to. Gamble did try to force. What is an escort map that you can try to totally force dive on and you cannot play Sigma on as well? That's a tough question. That's a really tough question, I feel like. Watchpoint Gibraltar? That might not be an option.
Yeah, I think we are going to Shambali. The first point especially, I mean, it works for Ramatra very well through most of the map, but that first point especially is really strong for those poke Sigma comps, you know? I mean, and with the gameplay that we've seen from the DPS, whether it was Hanzo or like Ashe or Sojourn, they've proven that they can run with the best, you know?
Yeah, most definitely. And I think Godflict and Hiroto are playing each other to a fairly similar level. So I would feel pretty confident going into this still as Last Gamblers. You just have to recognize the rotations Soul Spirits are making if you're the Last Gamblers, because if you can respond well to these flank angles, I think you'll be able to hold down the fort better and get these pushes off a lot quicker.
Yeah, we got 5 seconds here. We're gonna see what these guys are gonna be running out here on. I imagine it's either going to be the Ramatra or the Sigma from Hiroto, and we're going to see the Sigma Godflict opting onto the Ramatra here on the attack. That is one of the strongest counters to Sigma. There's not much that he can do against Ramatra when he is when he's punching through the shield. He punches through Ramatra's grasp. But you know, Hiroto showed off the Sigma masterfully last map, so I imagine that he's going to be able to play this very well.
Well, and the other thing you have to think about is Godflict's going to have a hard time even pushing into Hiroto because of the Babzen.
I mean, no, you're right. You're right. I mean, he's got a Babzen of his own, so yeah, we're getting in here 5 seconds. I'm excited. I'm excited for this map. I really want to see how the last gamble responds. We've got I was gonna say pretty similar. They're not the same at all, except for the supports, but they will be taking this high ground, and Soul Spirits was perfectly ready for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yaki getting really low, and so is Godflict. Godflict, I believe that was a regen burst out onto Godflict. His Nemesis form is going to come and go there. Nexus will get taken out. I believe that was a couple of really good Storm Arrows followed up by Kaz just finishing it off. They will be switching over to trying to push the card a little bit without their Ashe. And you see Squiggly Bubble from this window just trying to poke in on him. Yeah, he heard Roman coming from a mile away. Not going to be able to do much about it as he will. Wux will find a beautiful headshot onto Pure like he's done for the last 2 maps.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how Wux just keeps getting these first picks onto Pure specifically. Pure and Yaki specifically of all people. Like it's the highest value targets you can get first.
Oh, Godflict and Nemesis. He's getting really low. Yaki will be able to put him a little bit higher, but not gonna get him to full HP here. Right up until a little longer than I thought it should have been. Godflict getting half low. These supports are keeping him alive so well right now. I mean, I believe both teams have found very limited picks so far. Godflict staying perpetually half HP. Gonna see the dragon out from Wux. Kaz will fall to Nexus and the window will be invested. Not gonna be able to find much value with it. The last gamble will back up here. Bob is going to come in here. We're gonna see the Flux coming out from Hiroto. It will not find anything, and Godflict will find 3 with his Annihilation.
Yeah, that's a pretty tragic ult exchange for Soul Spirit. Soul Spirits uses 4 ultimates there, and manages to lose to Bob and Annihilation. So Last Gamblers are still looking at both of their support ultimates, as well as Roman's going to have this Death Blossom shortly. So Kaz needs to be smart with deciding when to pop this Transcendence.
Yeah, we will see Soul Spirit switching over onto the Ramatra Cassidy Tracer. I feel like what I said was going to happen probably did happen a little more. Godflict just walked past the shield a lot, I think, in those last couple of fights specifically. We are going to see Squiggly Bubble going to flank through this window, it looks like. Pure getting taken pretty low. Will not be baited into using his Transcendence, which is big. Window's going to come out from Yaki, force them around the corner. And this is just, I don't think the card has stopped moving since they captured the point.
It's on it. Yeah, it's just been a
getting really low, but
push.
Pure with Pure with the Transcendence to save Godflict. He got pretty low. Roman finds Moshi and Wux. Transcendence from Kaz. I don't know if it's gonna be enough. Squiggly Bubble's gonna take out Roman in the middle of his Death Blossom. I need to keep my mouth shut. Pure, that was beautiful. Keeping your team in the fight. They will be able to save this point here. Okay, Caster's Curse. Out of, But you know what? I wasn't wrong for about 20 seconds there. Nexus getting pretty low. Getting healed up by Yaki. The team is coming back. Wux taken out. And you know what? I can admit when I'm wrong. Nexus, I believe, just killed 4.
Nexus has another Bob, so put in some good work in that fight. All things considered, we're looking at a Bob window, and Godflick's going to have Annihilation. And for the side of Soul Spirits, they're going to have both their DPS ults in a Deadeye and a Pulse Bomb. This Pulse Bomb has to be huge from Squiggly Bubble to try and stop Last Gamblers from continuing to snowball this fight.
Mochi does decide to switch over to the Ana here. I like the Ana personally. I think but Nexus is going to be able to just find another pick on the Squiggly Bubble. They're not going to be able to keep Hiroto up, and Mochi will fall. This is the answer that the last gamble needed, you know? They're going to get really close to full capping here if they don't. The Pulse Bomb will not be able to find anything but a hit marker. They just will not be able to touch again. That will be a full cap from the last gamble with 2 minutes and 46 seconds on the clock. Caster Curse is a real thing, y'all. It's unreal how often it occurs.
Really good push from the side of Last Gamblers. Yeah, I think you like cursed both teams like back and forth in the same fight. Like it was kind of crazy to see it happen live. Like I was right here watching it. But like I said, Last Gamblers, really nice response, showing that you have strong mentals to be able to come back from that 2-0 deficit and put up a nice, solid 2-minute 46-second time on Shambali. That's going to be really tough for Soul Spirits to try and match. And it looks like we're going to have those matching Ramatra comps again.
Yeah, you know, we were saying it about Hollywood, how Hollywood's not a very easy map to full cap. I full-heartedly believe that Shambali Monastery is one of the hardest maps to full cap. I think I've only done it once or twice myself.
Oh, it took me like 3 or 4 times of playing this map before I saw second point.
Has anyone ever told you that you're kind of a creep?
Yeah, I mean, beautiful attack there from the last gamble. Is Pure okay?
Is Mochi gonna go with the Ana or the BAP? It looks like Mochi's gonna decide to play this Ana.
I mean, we didn't really get to see what kind of value she thought it was gonna get on that last fight. They all just died so fast. But we're gonna see a Sojourn coming out from Squiggly Bubble. He's gonna get caught on fire by the dynamite, and his Ramatra's kind of by himself in that hallway. Briefly, his team has joined him. 2 great headshots from Nexus is gonna push Hiroto back around the corner. Wuck's able to roll into that little mini room to keep himself from dying. Beautiful anti from Mochi. It's Godflick and Roman. Roman will be forced into using his Wraith, but Nexus will fall. That's so much of their consistent long-range damage just gone.
Yeah, really big time pick there, and then the antis are just going to force them to back up as well. Mochi is getting really close to this nano boost. Almost a nice kill there from Squiggly Bubble. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, old Sojourn would have killed that. I'm glad she's dead though. Hiroto's gonna fall to Pure, and Roman's asleep, won't matter. Godflick is antied, also won't matter. Soul Spirit's gonna have to back out. Hiroto died so fast. But yeah, they are coming up on this this nano boost here, and that and Window are about it right now for ults.
I think this nano needs to go out as early as possible, and you need to try and get Yaki before they pop the window. You need to specifically try to get Pure before they get Transcendence, though. That's the big ultimate.
Yeah. We're gonna see Godflick come out, get really low. Let's see. Maybe Annihilation. Oh, he will drop the Annihilation, but God, it won't matter. He got blown up. I was saying it earlier. Overwatch 2, that Discord orb just goes constantly on. Wuck's with 2!
Wait a minute.
Oh my goodness. Clutch plays from Wuck. But as I was saying, Hiroto died so fast out of that ultimate because that Discord orb is constantly on him.
Yeah,
But
Wux hit a really nice flank though to kind of save that point for Soul Spirits. And Kaz is gonna have a nice response to this annihilation with this transcendence. Let's see if they're gonna use it that way though.
I mean, we got Nexus with Bob, and then we also have an overclock from Squiggly Bubble. That fire will, I don't know who that hit. It was around the corner, but they're gonna trade out Squiggly Bubble for Pure. That Discord Orb is on the Ramatra. Bob is gonna find Wux, and I don't know if I agree with that Transcendence. Both DPS were already dead.
Yeah, that's definitely a tough one because Godflict still has Annihilation as well as Roman having Death Blossom. So you just kind of use it to sort of retreat, but you don't really win a fight with it. And Transcendence can be a fight-winning ultimate.
Yeah, you're gonna see Soul Spirit's hitting this flank here. Death Blossom. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. He didn't have Death Blossom yet, but he's not able to get it before he has to back out. Immort will be invested and potentially trying to kill Godflick. Godflick will invest the Annihilation. Hiroto will fall. The Annihilation will get its value. Pushing Soul Spirit back around that corner. Squiggly Bubble's gonna find Pure. It won't matter though.
Godflick taking
Mochi, get out, please. Okay, yeah, they will. Mochi will run for her life. This Death Blossom's gonna be big if Mochi can't sleep it. That's what I'm looking for right now.
There are 3 ultimates available for Last Gamblers as well. They're gonna have Window and Transcendence along with that Blossom. Mochi does have Nano Boost that could go on to Hiroto, which would then build them up to that Annihilation. So I'm expecting to see Hiroto just kind of run at the back line. Hopefully they don't though.
I mean, yeah, we're gonna see cart control instead of that flank that we saw last fight. Pure taking just some pot shots from this this high ground window here. A big ante on the Godflict. That's gonna force out the the Nemesis form. Hiroto won't use the Annihilation because Squiggly Bubble gets blown up by the Dynamite. And they're gonna have to back out around the corner here.
Yeah, basically you trade Nano for Window there, which is it's an okay trade. Both ultimates build pretty quickly.
Now we're gonna see Annihilation here, and beautiful response from Kaz there to just eliminate the threat of that Death Blossom.
Yeah, there's a big time ante coming in from Mochi. It's an easy turn and punch for Hiroto to help finish that off.
Pure just barely able to keep himself from getting staggered out, and that will be a capture for Soul Spirits.
Yeah,
I believe 3 minutes. I can't really see it right now, but
how are they going to respond to Godflick's Annihilation? That's the really big, obviously there's 2 ults coming through with Ash's Bob and Annihilation, so I'm a little concerned to see if Squiggly Bubble can possibly blow somebody up.
I'm hoping that Mochi can just sleep it and they can run away before that timer hits. Ooh. Beautiful pick from Squiggly Bubble, and Pure just continues. Squiggly Bubble activates the overclock. Bob putting a lot of pressure down, not quite able to get away from it is Squiggly Bubble, but he got his too. But is that even going to be enough? Godflick does have the orb on him right now, but I just don't feel like Soul Spirits has enough damage right now.
No, Godflick is able to just kind of dance around this cart and stay alive, not having to pop that Annihilation. They still have it.
Godflick gets taken pretty low. You're gonna see the Annihilation, but Godflick gets taken out so fast. The window is also invested from the side of the Last Gamble, and just unfortunate. I mean, that's 2 ultimates that basically just went to waste there, unfortunately.
Yeah, and Hiroto's gonna have Annihilation. You know how good Annihilation is to try and hold a point down.
I mean, you know what? It might not be the 3-minute time bank that the last game will finish with, but we saw Soul Spirits also capping the 3rd point on Shambhala Monastery.
Again, nice response from Soul Spirits. Being able to cap at all is a huge thing. And payload maps in particular, if you can get your ult cycles rolling and going, you can roll through a couple of these points pretty quickly. If Wux comes out on this Hanzo and just hits like 2 shots, we might see a first point cap, and a first point cap is a lot on this map.
Yeah. Though I think if they want to be safe, they definitely want a lot more than that, because like we were saying, for Soul Spirits on Hollywood, 3 minutes is a long time bank to get through, especially on this map.
Absolutely. It's looking like Soul Spirits are going to walk out on that Sojourn Reaper here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wow. Okay. Yeah. I mean, similar composition to what we saw before from the last gamble, but you're right. Wux on the Reaper now. I can't, off the top of my head, I can't even remember what he was playing at the end of the last round.
I think it was. I believe it was Cass.
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, okay, it was Cassidy.
Yeah. They popped the Deadeye right before cap. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he killed the Kiriko. Yeah, okay. I got it. But we're just gonna see a little bit of poke out from Squiggly Bubble, building up that railgun. Not gonna be able to find a whole lot since she was just onto the shield. The staircase flank coming out, and Wux getting taken pretty low. Both Wraith forms are forced out here. The last gamble will have backup, but that is a beautiful pick onto Mochi from Nexus. That's unfortunate. That is so much of Soul Spirit's healing gone out the window right now. But they will just continue to be putting pressure on the cart. They want as much free cart push as they can get. Mochi is back now. They're not playing super aggressively because Mochi was still coming back from spawn. Nobody's building up to an ultimate right now. Sees Squiggly Bubble trying to duel Nexus right there on the Ashe. Not able to find anything. It just felt like he hasn't gotten a whole lot of value so far on the Sojourn. But at least on this point. Godflict, I don't believe Godflict gets immorted. But, ooh, does he fall? Does he fall? He will not fall here. Godflict stays alive after getting antied at 1 HP, and the last gamble will be able to clean it up. Things are looking heavily in their favor right now.
Yeah, that is a big time hold there. I thought Godflict was going to go down once they got antied, so that was a big response to then immediately take out Kaz. Once, like you mentioned before, that Discord Orb is so powerful, so as soon as you take it out, it's a lot harder to kill a Ramatra with his hands up. It's hard to kill him with his hands up, even with a Discord Orb, to be fair.
Especially when he's getting pocketed by a Bab.
Yeah, most definitely.
That's a lot of raw healing.
Most definitely. Last Gamblers just decided they were going to hard hold that last corner.
I wonder what that guy did. You know, what his life was like. Beautiful hard hat. We're gonna see the Bastion coming out from Wux. I'm here for it. I hate that skin though. I'm gonna keep it a stack. I hate that skin. But I'm here for the Bastion pick.
Oh yeah, the 360 off the bomb jump. Yeah, their Soul Spirits is taking this map definitely. After I saw that maneuver.
Mochi, that is a beautiful wall that you're looking at there. She knows what she's doing. Yeah. We're gonna see the Ramatra come out from both sides. The only difference is that Wux is on the Bastion for the first time this match. So I wonder how this is gonna work, because that's a lot of damage. If you're asking for someone to blow up a Ramatra with his hands up, that's the hero to play, you know? He will invest his turret mode. not gonna really find anything, but Godflick is gonna have to back out. Squiggly Bubble with a great headshot on the Nexus here. Gonna be able to take him out, put some pressure on the point from the last gamble now that they've lost theirs. Bowman gets Squiggly Bubble, takes Squiggly Bubble out. And Wux has little to no help up there right now. 1 versus 5 doesn't often work out for a Bastion. But this is getting dangerously close for Soul Spirits. Yeah.
It's looking like a cap
Hiroto
to me.
will fall, and that will be the cap. And we are going to a map 4. The last gamble wants their pride. They will not go down 3-0 in the game that they actually played.
Yeah, most definitely. Solid effort there from Soul Spirits. The time bank just proved to be too much. Similar with the last gamblers on Hollywood.
Yeah, I mean, both these teams are still playing very well. That last attack for Soul Spirits was, underwhelming, but there's not much. Usually, there's not much you can do in a minute on an attack,
Yeah, it's just hard until you get that first ult cycle,
Yeah, they just never could. We will be taking it to a break here, and we will be back in just a few minutes. All right, welcome back, everybody. We've got an absolutely banger match so far. We've been through 3 maps. It is going to be Soul Spirits up 2-1 over the 1 seeds in this console Masters tournament. The last gamble. I mean, this match so far has just been absolutely insane. It could have gone either way on all 3 maps.
Yeah, it's been really strong back and forth, repeatedly, quite honestly. Strong responses from both teams. And, like, we're going to be going into our next push map, which is going to be Coliseo here. And I'm almost expecting just more Ramatra. Like, it feels like that's what both of these teams want to do, is just play Ramatra every map.
And, I mean, Coliseo is one of the best rush maps in the game, bar none.
Yeah.
You got Kings Row, you got Coliseo. Those are the rush maps, you know? And I imagine that this won't be any different.
Yeah, they're just wanting to duke it out on Ramatra, you know, throw hands with each other.
Goodness.
As far as DPS though, I think we're gonna see Soj Tracer. I think that's what we're gonna see, Soj Tracer from both teams.
2 seconds and we will get our answer. Reaper Cassidy from Soul Spirits and Tracer Reaper from the last gamble.
Hold on, we got Life Weaver from the last gamble. This is.
Don't
I
think
I
that
know.
is a legal maneuver.
I know. I do like the troll though. Yeah.
And I wouldn't like the last gamble's chances, even if he wasn't.
You don't want to see Godflick just walk in and get pulled out.
I mean, it would be funny. It wouldn't be good.
Or what about like a drive-by Death Blossom with the Life Weaver pull? That'd be pretty fun, right?
I don't know. I'm a little bit interested to see what kind of pros do it, but it will be the last gamble with Lucio getting to the point first. Nexus gets a little bit low, backs out. The Ramatra will be able to survive here, just going around the wall. Hiroto still staying perpetually half HP, finally gets healed up all the way. Got some beautiful headshots coming out from Squiggly Bubble. Ooh, Roman and Yaki are just so low. And if Lux is gonna find Roman. If Squiggly Bubble was any closer to Godflick there at any point during that fight, I think a Magnade would have finished him off, but he finishes him off anyway, as Squiggly Bubble finds 3 in the fight. It looks like Yaki didn't want to give it up.
That was actually a really nice rotation by Yaki. He just completely juked Squiggly Bubble there. That was kind of crazy to watch. Yaki is going to have this nano boost though, and that is an advantage, but who do you put it on? Do you just throw it onto Godflick, or do you get cheeky and throw it onto Nexus and try to build your Blizzard?
See the Deadeye coming out from Squiggly Bubble, just gets walled off. Ooh. I don't know what, I think that was just a headshot by Nexus on the Mochi. Squiggly Bubble finds Pure, and Yaki. Roman will find the trade out onto Squiggly Bubble, but both of the supports fell. I'm interested to see here. Nexus getting really low here, does not have that ice block, and it will be Wux finding him. It is just Godflick on the Ramatra left on the robot. Hiroto with the tactical crouch onto Godflick, once again asserting the dominance. But, I mean, what can you say about the Soul Spirits DPS line this game so far? They've just been finding so many early picks in every fight, it feels
I've got to shout out Mochi for sleeping the
Look
nano as well.
that.
That's another big time kill though, as you're saying it.
Yeah, I mean, see the Blizzard come out from Nexus, it will probably freeze Hiroto, will get felled to the Biotic Grenade. Beautiful wall there to block off the doorway. Not going to be able to find the value that they were hoping for, but as you were saying, obviously, I agree that the supports from the side of Soul Spirits have been absolutely lights out. Squiggly Bubble does fall, in the Cassidy duel. That will be a little bit of cart push as Soul Spirits won't push in yet.
Yeah, both teams are looking at quite a few ultimates here. I think the biggest one here in this bunch is gonna be Wux. Wux with this Death Blossom. I think that's gonna be the defining one of this next fight.
Yeah, the big thing is if Yaki's gonna be able to, he's gonna TP into the back line and they won't need it. They won't need it. He Ajax! Pure died out of beat during
That's tragic.
During Hiroto's, oh my goodness, during Hiroto's ultimate, he was not able to get out and use the flux to save his team or himself. He will be switching over to the Zenyatta here.
Yeah, probably a good swap at this point. You know, if you can't get the beat off, you may as well get the extra damage in to help your team out that way.
Wux getting headshot will retreat to the cafe, and the rest of Soul Spirits is just gonna play in there as well. They're just gonna go through the other door, obviously. Godflict will fall to Squiggly Bubble, and I believe Wux got slept out of that Death Blossom, and Roman will take him out with the Deadeye, but Squiggly Bubble with 3. Make it 4! Oh my goodness!
Very nice shots there from Squiggly Bubble. And do we see a Nano Cast coming in here for the side of Soul Spirits?
Just leave now. Oh my goodness, they want it so bad. See the Blizzard come out. The Deadeye will not find anything, but did he roll through the window to get out of the Blizzard?
I believe that's what I just saw,
I think he got frozen.
Yeah, he rolled right before he would get frozen, so good play, and Soul Spirits did manage to save their Nano, so they're going to be able to throw that onto probably Hiroto and just sort of help them win out that fight against Godflict in the neutral.
Oh. That will be close spawns being taken away from Soul Spirits, but the last gamble has a long way to go here. We will see just a little bit of a Ramatra poke duel here. Godflict getting really close to that that ultimate. 92%. Roman's gonna fall with the volley and the sleep. A beautiful play from Mochi to put him in the dirt. Squiggly Bubble takes out Nexus, but Godflict takes out Hiroto. Squiggly Bubble, with the help of the Discord Orb from Kaz, will take out. Oh my goodness, we'll take out. Stop it! Stop, Squiggly. Oh my goodness!
Ooh.
He just doesn't stop!
It never stops, you know, it just never stops. That crazy good shots from Squiggly Bubble, and Soul Spirits has 3 ultimates. You could pop this Nano onto Hiroto and build up Annihilation here.
Oh my goodness, that was scary for Nexus, falling right in front of 4 of Soul Spirits. Roman getting taken really low, not able to get out of it. I guess he didn't have his Wraith form to escape. That will be the Zen ult. Kaz is gonna fall, Deadeye invested. Not gonna quite be able to find Godflict. But this fight on the bridge has just been back and forth so far. Nobody has been the clear winner yet. Wux is gonna find Godflict, and that will continue to be a push. They still have this Death Blossom. They still haven't used it. How do they want to use it? They are still getting their cart push in here. The Wraith form is forced out from Roman. Both Ram shields are out, sorry. Bob falls to the ground, but does take out these. Oh my goodness. Wux taking out 2. But please don't invest the Annihilation, Hiroto, please, I'm begging you. Okay, that's a smart play, I think, into the window. But he might. I don't know. Sleep's gonna come out from Mochi, not gonna find anyone. But Nexus is in interesting spot, but they will get out through the lower part of the map there, the lower flank. They're gonna take this fight almost immediately here. We're gonna see the annihilation coming out from Hiroto, taking out both supports insanely fast. And it's just Godflick. He's saying, no, this is my game. This is my series to win. We want this grand finals appearance. We want our rematch with La Espada.
Just an incredibly good flank there by Hiroto. I saw a play just like that in the, I want to say it was upper finals of the GM tier. It really just intelligent play. Roman, Death Blossom though. Can they get something with it?
See the Deadeye come out from Squiggly Bubble, gonna cancel it immediately. Nex is getting really low without that that Immortality Field, gonna have to back up. We will see the Death Blossom here from Roman, I imagine. Squiggly Bubble will fall, just 70 seconds left on the clock here. And it's looking like Soul Spirits is gonna back up here, just for now. Our Hiroto will fall, but the longer that Soul Spirits contest this point, the less time the last gamble has to get it all the way to the end there. 50 seconds left on the clock.
It's going to be an insane push if the last gamble does manage to do it. They pretty much have to not lose another fight. It's just got to be perfect from here on out from the last gamble. And I mean, like, they got to get kills very early with, like, one ultimate this fight.
I'm just going to see the poke here. Nemesis form forced out early from Godflick. Just going to have to put his hands up as he gets taken pretty low. Nexus, probably in a fight with Squiggly Bubble. Going to have to back up. He will invest the Deadeye. I don't know what that's looking for, but it will amount to nothing. That ultimate is just one that went into the dirt. They have both support ults from the side of Soul Spirits, but Squiggly Bubble will fall. That's gonna be Nano onto Hiroto. And what are they gonna find with it? They won't find anything. Godflick getting really low. He's anti. You're gonna take out Wux, and Roman will fall Kaz. Hiroto's just gonna have to back out here. They just need to get out, save the ultimates that they can save. They will have the Annihilation, they will have the Transcendence here. And the last gamble still has a long way ahead of them.
Yeah. Somebody's got to catch out Kaz early from the side of the last gambles. This Transcendence can't get off. It'll completely deny Roman's ultimate.
Wux coming up to this Death Blossom just like Roman. He's gonna have to get out with Death Blossom, gets found out by Squiggly Bubble and Wux. You're gonna see the Death Blossom out. Wux kills too! He is just better! Oh my goodness, and the 1 seeds go down! Soul Spirits are heading to the Grand Finals!
Well, there you go.
They want their rematch with La Espada, and they will get it.
Well earned as well. A fantastic series from Soul Spirits. Squiggly Bubble in particular, Squiggly Bubble and Wux in particular just could not miss. Look at this sequence right here.
If I had to give an MVP, I think I would have to give co-MVPs. I couldn't pick one between Wux or Squiggly Bubble. It's too much, man. They just popped off so many times. The healing from the side of Soul Spirits was incredible. Kept them up so much in fights that they shouldn't have won. The DPS were off the charts, finding picks that nobody thought that they could get. And the Hiroto on the Ramatra for most of that match. I mean, he and Godflick were so even throughout all of that match, and just right at the very end, they were able to push it over the line and get to this Grand Finals.
One more play here, one more play there for the side of Soul Spirits was turning things a lot. And I think I can totally get behind that. I do feel like the DPS line was very dominant for Soul Spirits, just completely dominating the series. So yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I have no words.
So yeah, Soul Spirits going on to play La Espada again in the Grand Finals, and if they play this well in the Grand Finals, we could see ourselves like a 7-mapper. You know, that would be fun.
I mean, they played well in their last match against La Espada in the Winners Finals. Just the map on Coliseo was a bit of a blowout to finish the series. but I feel like if we see the team that we saw today, they could take this without question.
Yeah. Yeah, and it will 100% be streamed. We're streaming all the grand finals matches for sure. So make sure to tune in and watch it.
Yeah, and that will be it for us tonight. Thank y'all for watching, and once again, congratulations to Soul Spirits on making their grand finals appearance. Thank y'all.
Yeah, congrats. Congrats on a great season 2 to the Last Gamblers.
Yeah, 100%.